So we made it. We're
Still
back.
alive.
We're back at the humble abode.
Extremely exhausted.
We have slept a maximum of...
Maybe an hour and a half.
In retrospect, the train was the best idea we had
Yeah, that's what
yet.
we should have did.
Because
just count on the train because it was
if
perfect timing.
Right now, we would be in probably...
maybe Augusta.
A little past Augusta, maybe. That first place where we tried to sleep.
Still would have 7-8 hours at least. 9 hours maybe of riding. And it's 10 o'clock at night. So I'm very glad.
Total elapsed time for the return trip, not counting the train, on the bike, somewhere in the neighborhood of 3 hours. Versus, it could have been 13 hours. So, I mean, we could still have 10 hours.
And that would have been no train sleeping.
And no train sleeping, and we probably would have died.
Yeah.
Like, total mileage, we figure around 200 miles.
Yeah, give or take 5 miles. I would say maybe even more. I mean, we rode around in St. Louis a lot.
Because on the trail alone, it was... On the Katy Trail yesterday, it was 125 miles, plus the time in town, so 130 miles. We probably ended up having to ride, we probably rode 25 miles in St. Louis, at least. That's 150. And then the ride tonight was over 40. So we're looking at, 190 to 200 miles, and possibly even more, because we...
Who knows in St. Louis?
In St. Louis, I think we were delirious once we got into town. And trying to find food, and it was entertaining. We had fun with that.
So for being a totally spontaneous weekend, the planning time frame worked very well. I got to work at 9:30 in the morning, get a good night's sleep, and we got off work at 6 yesterday, and we've done all this.
Yeah,
crazy.
All in.
We're gonna start sleeping less now all the time, I think.
Yeah,
we can get so much more done.
That's right.
Much more productive.
So, if people complain about how little time they have to do adventurous things like this,
we have 1 day off.
It's BS. We had 1 day off. Well, I have 2 days because I have to do more off, which is going to be nice because I can
inexpensive trip, other than our food.
We did have trip and the train ticket,
but
$27 a piece for the train. Big deal.
Yeah.
And then our food, you would have spent way more than that driving there to watch this race. And we had an adventure at the same time. I mean, it was hard to do, and it was difficult, and we almost died. But it's what would we have said about the drive there? Nothing. We wouldn't have anything to talk about. We would have just said, hey, we drove to St. Louis and we drove back. It was completely uneventful, unless you saw something get hit in the road, or saw a man-a-bear get plowed by a diesel truck or something. That's about the only thing that could make a drive to St. Louis or a return anywhere remotely exciting. So, I think even the weekend warrior can be adventurous at heart. Granted, it does help that we're in pretty good shape and